Hello, hello, hello. This is Edna White. I am so glad you're with me today. Some of you are on your lunch breaks, some are just home hanging out, and some are just watching me because you love me, and I'm so glad about that. So, today I'm going to kick off a powerful healing journey for Daddyless Daughters. This is going to be a space for us to learn, grow, and heal together. Um, And if you're here, you've already taken the first step to reclaiming your power. And I applaud you for that. So stay tuned, stay here, don't leave, don't move as we cover how to heal or begin to heal the emotional pain of daddyless daughters. So, where did the concept come from, right? The concept of daddyless daughters, a mouthful, right? Comes from the term describing women who have experienced the absence of a father figure, whether it's physically, emotionally, or both. This absence can leave a lasting impact on self worth, relationships, and emotional wellness. And I can tell you for myself, the pain of absence, whether you know the reason why or not, still lingers around. And it has a lot to do with a lot of the decisions you make, the friends you make, the relationships you build. When we grow up without the foundational relationship with a father, it can leave us with deep wounds, feeling abandoned, rejection, or even unworthiness. I'm getting a little choked up here. Calm it down. But here's the good news: healing is possible. And today we're starting with forgiveness. So why forgiveness? And I know everyone talks about forgiveness, and I know they don't talk about where to apply it to and how to apply it. But in this instance, we're going to spend a few minutes why forgiveness is the first step. Forgiveness is not about excusing someone's behavior or their absence in this instance, but it's about saying and freeing yourself from the emotional grip of the pain. It's about taking back your power and saying, I will no longer be a prisoner to the hurt. Can we say that? I will no longer be a prisoner to the hurt. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching me live on YouTube or you're watching me on LinkedIn or Facebook, please say something down in the comments and tell me where you're from. You write your name or a little heart or something and tell me where you're from so I can shout you out later on. But getting back, this emotion weighs on us and we carry it everywhere. It weighs on our mind a lot and it weighs on our heart very heavily. When we hold on to anger, resentment, and pain, it affects us mentally, emotionally, and even physically. It's like carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. It weighs us down and limits our ability to move forward. Just when how you feel when you feel like you're taking steps and all of a sudden you feel like you're going backwards? It's because you have that heavy backpack on. And when you're walking forward, you're walking this way, trying to press through the anguish and the pain. But then when you stand up straight, just when you think that you're getting somewhere, the backpack is so heavy, it pulls you back several steps. That's what's happening. So, have you ever felt like that? And have you ever felt like, and two, have you ever felt like you've had that weight and the emotional baggage, which was never yours? Like making up stories or fantasies about where your father really was, right? Or where they really weren't, or what really happened, or, having those questions. Let me know in the comments if this resonates. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is neutralizing those emotions with forgiveness. You ready? To neutralize emotions, it means to take charge out of them. Take it. Take the power out. Imagine that your emotions are like fire, okay? Fire. Hot, burning things up. Yeah, that fire. Not the fire, but that fire. When you forgive, you're pouring water on that fire. The flame may not go out completely right away, but it loses its power to burn you. That's good, right? I know, it is good, right? Think about it. So here are 3 key steps to forgiveness. Number 1, acknowledging the pain. If you don't ever acknowledge that things happen, you will never get anywhere. Faking the funk, denying it, whatever you call it, you're not going to get anywhere. So just so you know, acknowledge the pain. The first step is to forgiveness is acknowledging that you've been hurt. You can't heal what you don't confront. Period. Just be honest about your pain. Write it down, say it out loud, or share with someone you trust. Whatever you got to do, get it out of there. Get it out of that body so it doesn't reside and create disease. Point blank, acknowledge it. Don't bottle it up. Acknowledge it. Number 2, release the need for an apology. For many years, I wanted the people who perpetrated me to always have an apology. But many of them don't even think they did anything. Many of them are narcissists. Many of them died narcissists because they thought they were right. They thought they had the right to be who they were. Many of us hold on to pain because we're waiting for an apology that may never come. Either they're deceased or they just don't know that they should, or they're not going to. Healing does not depend on their apology. Stop giving them more power. Simple as that. It depends on your decision to let go. 3, choose forgiveness daily. Forgiveness isn't a one-time event. Just so you know, it's a daily choice. Every day you may have to remind yourself, I forgive and I release the pain. Over time, it gets easier and the emotional charge diminishes. Okay? And one of those beautiful steps in there for me was always to forgive myself. I didn't know. I forgive me for not knowing, even if I did know or I didn't know. I forgive me. Forgive me. I let that go. Okay? So now I'm going to take you through a guided exercise. It's just a letter. It's nothing serious, nothing. It's very easy. And I want you to write this down if you can, or save this video and come back to it so that you can do this guided exercise. It's called forgiveness letter. And I did this a long time ago and I still do it sometimes now. When I was in my healing journey against my perpetrator. So here it goes. A forgiveness letter exercise. It's one powerful way to begin neutralizing emotions that are associated to this. And you have to write a forgiveness letter to whoever it is. I guess your father, because we're talking about your father. We're talking about your father because he wasn't there to protect you from all that nonsense. He wasn't there. Whether he's present, absent, or passed away, however it is. This letter isn't for him. It's for you. Here's the instructions. You ready? Number 1, write down everything you've been holding in. Your hurt, your anger, and your sadness. Write it down. Just don't stop. I'm telling you, it works. Just however it comes out, just write it. Just write it, you know? And I remember I was in this group called the Wild Flowers. And they had us speak those things, what we would say to our perpetrator, which is even more powerful when you're in a room or a safe space to do that. But writing it down for me gave me my power that I could do that. Okay? 2, express how his absence impacted your life. Express it. That will be maybe the second or third page once you finish with that hurt and anger and sadness. All right. And then the third thing is end the letter with the words, I forgive you and I set myself free. That's really it. That's really, really it. Would you be willing to try this week? Let me know in the comments. Would you be willing to really try this for yourself? Invest in yourself in doing this. So I want to know your answer. If you have an answer, put it in the comments. Would you be willing to write that letter? Say yeah, thumbs up. So my personal story is, for years I carried the weight of anger and sadness. For years. It wasn't until I chose to forgive that I felt free. It didn't happen overnight, but it was, a little by little, I was able to flap my wings. And the more I flapped my wings, the more I forgave myself, the more I forgave that person, the more I was able to fly. Until one day, I was taking off and soaring. It was the best gift for myself. Because I released that anger and I released that sadness and that resting bitch face that I had. I released that. I released it. And the energy and the confidence that came from that has never left. It only gets better. So what I would tell you today, if it resonates with you, I encourage you to take action. Write your own forgiveness letter. Start neutralizing those emotions. And remember, this journey is about you. All right? So drop a heart if you're committing to forgive and freeing yourself from the emotional pain. Did I do it right? Did I do it? Oh, hold on. There we go. If you need support, don't forget or don't even hesitate to reach out. Let's keep this conversation going. And thank you for being here, because you could be anywhere else, but you're here with me now. And I love spending time with you. Remember, forgiveness is the key to your freedom. You deserve peace, joy, and love. The journey starts now. Be sure to join me for the next step 2 of Healing Daddyless Daughters series. You see, I had to stutter because I was stuttering because it's very hard to say. Daddyless Daughters series. I had to think about it. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and tag someone who needs to hear this. See you next time around. Until the next time, keep healing, keep growing, and keep stepping into power. You've got this.